So I was interested in the New Balance Minimus Trail as a sneaker, and I think, as far as I know, it's like a re-retro. And it was one of those ones where Action Bronson released his version, but I kind of like the weirdness of the sneaker, I suppose, and I'm kind of attracted to any sort of sneakers that are different and just a bit out there in terms of their looks. And obviously the Action Bronson one was really difficult to get, and I don't really fancy paying the £300-400 that they're going for now. It's just not worth that money. But this one I picked up for half price. I think it was like £60, and it's the Minimus Trail Black Firefly colorway, and it released in the mid 2010s, I believe, and it was made as a trail running shoe, so you can sort of see that it's got quite sort of big sort of grip on the outsole, and got that kind of rugged sort of look to it. And it's supposed to be one of those sort of sneakers that came out at the time, and it's complementing sort of natural movement, almost sort of that barefoot feeling, and that's what was in during that time, at least for the previous sort of 10 years. You know, I think a lot of the sneakers were sort of going towards being minimal. So with the details, it comes in a black Firefly and ginger lemon colorway, and this also has Fuelcell in the midsole. So it's in here they've kind of put, I think this is an upgrade. I don't know if this was originally in Fuelcell was originally available back then, but this is supposed to give you that sort of propulsive feel, and that's what Fuelcell does anyway, and you should feel that on this sneaker. It's pretty cool. And it's got what they're calling an AT tread sole, so outsole. So this basically means that, you know, it should be lasting a long time, but it also feels quite sort of rugged, almost like Salomon type, you know, like that trail shoe type pattern. Quite sort of thick lugs, and should work really well for grip, especially for the outdoor. And the upper material is pretty much sort of textiles, nothing special going on here. But what I will say is they feel a bit more, durable, I guess. So it should serve you quite well, especially because you've got up here, you've got this protective layer at the front of the toe box. And the original price for these is £120. So with the comfort and sizing, I think these are on the medium side. I think the midsole outsole combination, you sit quite sort of low to the ground, but I can feel the foam, you know, sort of condensing. When you feel it on the outside, it's a bit stiff, but when you're inside, you know, your foot's inside there, you can sort of feel it being a little bit softer and quite sort of supportive, and same for the front as well. And because you've got Fuelcell in there, it kind of pushes you off and gives that sort of bouncy feel. And it's got a sort of neutral arch support, and much like any other sort of running sneaker, especially like the more ones that go towards sort of barefoot running, they tend to have minimal arch support. And I would recommend with these, in terms of sizing, going up a full size. I just found, especially sort of, well, based on UK sizing, I went up a full size, and luckily I bought, you know, a half a size smaller, and then also this one, just to see which one fit better. And it seemed to be the bigger size fit better. And even still, my toe still comes to about there with socks on, which is, you know, quite sort of going up towards like the front of the sneaker. So that's what my suggestion would be, but obviously it depends on what you'll be using them for. But if you're using them for, say, running outside or on the trail, like in the dirt, then you might want something that's a bit more locked down, and you might want to be sort of more one-to-one without too much room in the toe box. Maybe in the US you could probably go tutor size, or maybe like look to go half size up. And no wearing time with this sneaker. I think they're pretty good to go out the box. They're very sort of flexible. You can sort of see that here. It, you know, kind of bends quite easily and feels really nice on foot, and quite sort of lightweight. And the traction is very good on these as well. Like I said earlier, they've got these nice little big lugs, and I feel it works really well. So with the look and style, it's got this sort of weird eccentric style, in my opinion. Not very New Balance like, you know, it's very different, very much like a trail shoe. And, you know, this sort of combination of, like, I suppose the midsole not having being more sort of raised versus the forefoot and the heel. I think it gives it like a unique look, and also it's still got some grip on there as well. So if you do land on the surface that's, you know, like let's say mud, you know, this will still kind of protect you, and also serve to kind of help sort of push you off as well. And this one, I think in particular, because of the unique way it's been built, I think it's a sneaker for all seasons. So if you're wearing them in the winter, obviously it's got a little bit of breathability in there, so that's going to let in air. It's not really going to protect you too much from rain and that kind of stuff, but overall, you know, it's because it's a black colourway, quite sort of minimalist. It's one of those ones where it's quite sort of versatile. And again, a good sort of casual sneaker, especially like for walking around all day. I find them like to be very comfortable. And it's got the black sort of yellow laces mix of them both in there, but you can sort of alternate that out for just a plain black ones or yellow ones. But this one does have that sort of trail shoe vibe going on to it. So with the pros, I like the dark colourway on this, and the yellow sort of pops. And it's got sort of neutral comfort, so I feel like with a lot of these New Balance sneakers, they come in with the comfort. I'm not sure if that will bottom out, but I actually like the way they feel on foot. Very sort of stable, very sort of low to the ground, and you get that nice sort of ground feel as well. And I feel like they're good for sort of outdoor use. I haven't tried them for running, but I might actually try them for outdoor running because of the fact that they're sort of low to the ground, but also would be good on sort of uneven surfaces as well. So, which high foam stack sneakers don't tend to offer. So with the cons, I think the sizing issues is primarily a concern, because if you are interested in a pair, then I would definitely recommend just grabbing two different sizes. One maybe a full size up and one half size up or something like that, or go a true to size and half size up and see which one fits best. And I guess the silhouette isn't for everyone. It's a unique and weird looking silhouette, and I appreciate that, and I'm kind of one of those people just a bit on the stranger side of things and like sneakers that look different and weird. So with the ratings, I give the Look and Style a 4. I think overall, it's an acquired taste, but I actually think they look pretty cool and pretty unique as well. Comfort, I'm going to give it a 4 as well. It's not like amazing comfort, but it's nice. It's just neutral, it's quite easy to wear, and you're not going to have any problems like wearing them all day, and no sort of pressure points. And because they're neutral, it's not going to be too soft or too firm. And the quality, I give that 4. I think overall, in terms of what you get, I don't know if I'd pay £120 for them, but overall the quality feels okay. And the same with the pricing. I think it's priced a little bit high for what you get, because at the end of the day it's just a Fuelcell midsole and that's about it, and you're paying for mainly the rubber outsole, and as long as that's durable, then I guess it's kind of worth it. But I think they should have retailed at about £100, and that's why overall I give the score a 4. I think it's a solid piece of footwear, and one you should definitely check out if you're interested in sort of a low barefoot style trainer shoe for running or using for outdoor activity, and lifestyle wear. So it will serve you well in that basis, especially the fact that you can get them on sale as well.